students, welcome to my class Chemistry Gurukul. Hello students, today you will study about chapter 1 Chemistry of class 10, that is chemical reactions and equations. Okay children, we are familiar with many chemical changes which are occurring around us in our day-to-day life. You could also observe some of the reactions in our day-to-day life. Some of them I can explain you and give you, like when a freshly cut apple exposed to atmosphere, it becomes brown after some times. Similarly, when iron articles such as pan or nail or tawa gets rusted when left exposed to humid atmosphere for longer period of time, what happens then? There is certain chemical reaction which is going on in atmospheric conditions, due to which it has happened so. So to understand these reactions, this chapter is very important for understanding the reactions which are happening in our day-to-day life. So how can you define chemical reactions? Children, it can be defined as chemical reactions are the processes in which new substances with new properties are formed. Means the product which has been formed has different properties as compared to the reactants. Now we will discuss some of the characteristics of chemical reactions. Actually, what happens during a chemical reactions? I have written 5 points here. One by one I will explain you with suitable examples. Okay, first one is change in state. This is very simple to understand. Change in state means conversion of solid to liquid, liquid to gaseous. This can be understood by simple example. If you burn a candle, there is a melting of wax and formation of vapors also. So due to this, there is change in state. Second, change in color. See children, by one experiment you can understand which happens in your day-to-day life, that is rusting. What happens in rusting? There is a formation of red-brown precipitate on iron nail or anything which is made up of iron. Third, formation of PPT, precipitate. Actually what happens when you will add potassium iodide to lead nitrate solution, there will be a yellow PPT formation in this reaction. Fourth is evolution of gas. This can be understood by one simple example. If zinc granules are added into dilute sulfuric acid, then there will be evolution of hydrogen gas. I have written the reaction here. You can see here, zinc is added to dilute sulfuric acid, ZnSO4 has been formed and H2 gas is liberated. Fifth, change in temperature. This can be understood by a simple activity in our day-to-day life. When we add water to quicklime, there is evolution of CO2 and the temperature of the water also rises. So these 5 points you can always remember which happens during a chemical reaction. Okay, so these are the characteristics of chemical reactions. Now what are chemical equations? See children, since all the chemical reactions cannot be written in word format, that is also known as word equation, so it has to be symbolized, or to make it compact we use some symbols for writing that chemical reaction in equation form. So we can define it like this: a chemical equation is a statement used in chemistry to represent a chemical reaction. It is a statement in which we can get all the informations in a compact form. Okay, now what are the steps involved for writing a chemical equation? This is very important part, because till now in your previous classes you have just studied about matter and some of the examples or activities which is going around you, but about reactions you haven't studied earlier. So here you should know how to write a chemical equation. First point you have to remember, the symbols and formula of reacting substances, that is also known as reactants, are always written on the left hand side. Here you could see I have written reactants, it is written on the left hand side of this arrow, okay, and it is written in symbolic form. This is the symbol of zinc and this is the formula of sulfuric acid. So it has to be written on the left hand side with plus sign, between them. I hope you have understood. Second point, the symbols and formula of various products are written on the right hand side with plus sign between them. Similarly, here on the right hand side products are written and it should be also written in symbolic form, okay, with plus sign between the two products which has been formed. Now third point, an arrow sign, this arrow sign or equality, in some of the reactions we used to use this equality sign also, is put between reactants and products, either this or this, okay. So I have written this example here to understand you better. Fourth point, states of reactants and product should be mentioned while writing chemical equation. For example, aqueous, if it is aqueous solution you will mention AQ, if it is liquid you will mention L for them, if it is solid you will mention S for them in small brackets, and etc. Okay. Last point, if required, if it is required in chemical reaction, it's given, you should always mention temperature and pressure along with catalyst on this arrow, okay. You can mention temperature, suppose it is 273 Kelvin, so you will mention here Kelvin, this much Kelvin, and if pressure is also given 1 atmosphere or 2 atmospheric pressure, along with catalyst, suppose platinum or palladium is the catalyst, you will always write its symbol here, okay. So I hope you have understood all these things regarding chemical reactions, chemical equations, okay. In my next video I will come up with balanced and unbalanced chemical equations. There we will discuss about the steps involved for balancing a chemical equations. Thanks for watching.